much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. Now, welcome, Lucy and Claire. You are our first pair on the show today. Now, how do you two know each other?
We work together. We're primary school teachers.
Yeah, we've known each other for about 5 years or so.
And what's the name of your school?
Aldingbourne Primary School.
Aldingbourne?
Yeah.
Are they all going to be watching then?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we're going to
Very good. Any particular subjects that you simply can't afford to fail in?
I'd be embarrassed if history, computers.
Oh, computers.
I'm the science coordinator, so...
Oh, Lucy.
Yeah.
You can't fail in that. You simply can't. That aside, what would you like to see come up, Lucy, this afternoon?
Celebrity baby names. I'm
Celebrity baby names. Brilliant. Celebrity baby names. Claire?
I'd be in trouble with anything popular culture related.
OK.
So, yeah, science, sort of fiction, I don't know. Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
Star Wars. You
Big
very
nerd.
All 6?
Oh, no. No, not the newer ones.
OK, no, good. Well, now. So very, very, very best of luck to the pair of you. Great to have you here. Next, we welcome back Cliff and Nick. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. This is Cliff's and Nick's second chance. Remind us what happened.
Yes, we got through to the head-to-head, and it was the police that did for us. I used to like them, but I don't like them anymore.
Yes, you couldn't remember... well, you could. You remembered a police song, you just couldn't remember what it was called. Do you now remember what it was called?
Da-do-do-da?
Nope. Da-do-do-do, da-da-da-da.
Da-do-do-do, da-da-da-da.
Da-do-do-do, da-do-do-da.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Sting, what were you thinking of? Well, now, listen, it's a new show, Cliff, Nick, we can put da-do-do-do behind us. What do you hope is going to come up?
Well, I'm hoping for board games. I used to like board games when I was a kid, and maybe the street names from Monopoly.
What about you, Cliff? What would be great for you this afternoon?
Well, I've been revising on cardigans and jumpers, different times. I'm just hoping they'll come up, you know, just on the off chance.
They might. We've had trousers. Well, listen, it's wonderful to have you back on the show. Very, very, very best of luck to the pair of you. And I hope we will see you even further than the head-to-head this time. And welcome back, Malcolm and Alison, who were also on the show last time. Remind us what happened with you.
Well, I think it was a wonderful performance. We crashed out majestically in the first round with 200 points.
You did?
Which I thought was quite a good score.
Well, now, listen, it's a news show. What would you like to see come up this afternoon?
Ideally, 90s kids' TV. So things like Power Rangers, Gladiators. I wanted to be a gladiator or a Power Ranger when I was a kid. So,
what would your name have been if you were a gladiator?
I was going to be called Blizzard.
Blizzard?
Until I found out there was one called Blizzard in Australia.
Oh, no.
So I need to find a new name, obviously.
That was the Blizzard of Oz, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, you're right.
Come on.
Quick as you like, Richard. Anyway, what do you do, Malcolm?
I am a student at the University of Glasgow. I'm studying philosophy just now, going into my last year.
Very good. Alison, what do you do?
I work for a publishing company in Edinburgh. Not quite as glamorous as it sounds. I do sales and marketing, so I design publicity. I get to go and visit bookshops and sell them books. So if anyone wants any books, I can get you a discount.
Very good. Well, it's great having you back on the show. Very, very best of luck. And please, can we see you beyond round 1 this time?
Let's hope
We'll see what we can do.
Fingers crossed. And finally, we have the Barrys. Barrys H and T. How do you two know each other?
We both worked together 40 plus years ago until Barry left to join the fire service. We lost contact then.
And how did you come back into touch?
Surprisingly enough, we met in this very building. We were in the audience to see This Is Your Life. And I was with my girlfriend. I said, look, there's a couple of seats over there while we're waiting to go into the studio. So I plonked down in these 2 empty seats, looked at him, said, Barry Trimmer.
How extraordinary. And you become firm friends again?
That's right, yeah.
Very good. What categories would you like to come up, Barry H?
Well, 60s pop is probably one of my strongest subjects.
What's your favourite band of all time? 60s?
Well, I've got to be a Beatles fan.
Ah, very good, very good. Barry T, what would be a cracking category for you?
Well, strangely enough, I think that imperial weights and measures would be quite a fun subject to,
Very good.
to experience.
A nice new meaning to the word fun there as well, which is good. Well, it's brilliant having you on the show, Barry's H&T. We will find out more about all of you throughout the show as we go along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. Every year he stages his own awards ceremony, the BOFTAs, the British Obscure Facts and Trivia Awards. And at the end of each show, he hands the top gong to himself. He's my pointless friend, he's Richard.
I am. Should be a good show, shouldn't it, today? We've got Cliff and Nick got through to the head-to-head last time. Usually means something good the following show, doesn't it? Malcolm and Alison in the 200 Club, which has a rare membership, but not as rare as the double 200 Club. Let's see if you can get yourself in that today.
See what we can do.
Very, very rarely.
OK, well, thanks very much. We put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. To stay in the game with the chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £4,000. Right, let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. Now, if anybody gives me an incorrect answer, they will score the maximum of 100 points, so try and avoid those if you can. Now, in this round, we're going to show you two question categories. The first category will be played on the first pass as we go up the line. The second category will be played on the second pass as we come back down. So, as always, it's crucial who goes first and who goes second. OK, let's reveal those two categories, and here they are. We have got Beautiful People and The Beautiful Game. Beautiful People, The Beautiful Game. OK, so, remember, Beautiful People on the way up, and The Beautiful Game on the way back down. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first and who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our first category is Beautiful People. Let's find out what the question is going to be. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries that have won Miss World as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any country that has had a Miss World winner since the competition was first held in 1951, up to and including the 2010 competition.
OK. So before the show, you all drew lots, and Lucy and Claire, you get to go first this afternoon. So, Claire.
Yes.
Countries that have won Miss World. Have you any idea?
Absolutely none.
Because, of course, we don't just want a correct answer, we want a correct but a very obscure answer.
I'm not too embarrassed because this isn't something that anyone would expect me to know. So, I am going to say, I'm going to play it really safe and say the United States.
The United States of America, you are saying. You hope to score as few points as possible. Let's see if the United States is a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Of course, it's right. 55. 55, Richard.
Yeah, pretty big score, but a correct answer. They won it 5 times, including the Puerto Rican winner in 1975, who went on to marry Bruce Forsyth.
Now then, Cliff, countries that have won Miss World.
It's not something you see on the TV nowadays, is it?
No.
I'd like to go something safe, but I'll punt for Miss Argentina.
Argentina, you're saying. You hope to score as few points as possible. Let's see if Argentina's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Great answer, Cliff. Argentina.
Yeah, good answer. They won it twice, in 1960 and 1978.
Now then, Alison, what's the most obscure Miss World winning country you can think of?
I can think of quite a few obscure countries. I'm not entirely sure if any of them have won Miss World. There's one country I can think of, I'm fairly certain won a few years recently. I'm going to go for Nigeria.
Nigeria, says Alison. Let's see if that's right. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. How many people said Nigeria? Is it right? It is right. Oh, fantastic, Alison. Very good indeed. That's pointless. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £4,250. And it scores you nothing. Very, very well done indeed. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Alison. Won in 2001.
Thank you very much. Now then, Barry, T. What is the most obscure nation that has won Miss World you can make up?
Well, no pressure now then, eh? A name comes to mind, and I'm hoping that it's the correct one, and that's Miss Venezuela.
Miss Venezuela. Very good indeed. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. Let's see if Miss Venezuela is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It is right. Very, very well done indeed, Barry T. Venezuela scores you 8. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Barry. They won it 5 times, Venezuela. 5 Miss Worlds from Venezuela. Let's take a look at some of the other pointless answers. Austria, they won it a couple of times. Czech Republic, Greece, Grenada, Miss Nigeria, we've already had from Alison, very good answer, and Miss Poland. All of those are pointless answers, and Miss Turkey as well. Very well done if you said any of those. OK, let's take a look at the highest scorers. These are the ones that most of our 100 people said. Brazil, 29. Yeah, there's the United States with 55. Not the worst thing you could have said, though, to be fair. That would have been the United Kingdom, which scored 62 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Alison and Malcolm looking very strong indeed on nothing there. Then we go up a couple of points to 5, where Cliff and Nick are. Then up to 8, where the Barrys are. And then, I'm sorry to say, we hike up to 55, where Claire and Lucy are languishing at the moment. So, Lucy, your football knowledge is going to save the day.
Oh, absolutely.
OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so for the second pass, the category is The Beautiful Game. Let's see what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many goalkeepers who have played for England as they could. Goalkeepers who have played for England.
Yeah, we're looking for anyone who's played in goal for England from 1966 right through to the beginning of 2011. They actually have to have played, no unused substitutes, just any England goalkeepers from 1966 to 2011, please.
OK, thank you very much. Now then, Barry H. Goalkeepers who have played for England. Is this a good category for you?
Absolutely not. I'm to football what Larry Grayson was to rugby league. But, hopefully, the name Peter Bonetti has come to mind.
Right, you are. Well, the high scorers are Lucy and Claire at the moment on 55. If you can score 46 or less, you are through to the next round. Peter Bonetti, you are saying. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Here's your red line. That's where you want to get below to be sure of a place in the next round. Peter Bonetti. It's right. You've done it. Yes. Very well done indeed. That's great, Barry H. You've equalled Barry T's splendid score of 8, and your total is now 16. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Barry. Played 7 times between 1966 and 1970, including the 1970 World Cup. And I went to school with his daughter.
You went to school with his daughter?
I did, yeah, Lisa.
I had no idea.
Yeah, how about that?
God, you keep these things quiet.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't like to show off.
Wow. Now then, Malcolm. Remember, we are looking for England goalkeepers.
I know a few, but I'm going to try and emulate a lovely 0 score here and say someone I think might have been fairly recent, and Paul Robinson.
Paul Robinson, says Malcolm. Paul Robinson. The high scorer is still Lucy and Claire on 55. If you can score 54 or less, through you go to the next round. There's your red line. Let's see if Paul Robinson can get you below it. Is it right? How many people said Paul Robinson? It is right, Malcolm. You've done it. 14. Very, very well done. Good for Paul Robinson. 14 takes your total up to 14. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Malcolm. Played 41 times for England, Paul Robinson.
So then, Nick, You're on 5. The high scorers, Lucy and Claire, on 55. 49 or less will see you through to the next round.
I think I'll go for Ray Clements, somebody from the 70s.
Ray Clements. OK. Let's see if Ray Clements gets you below that red line. Is it right? How many people said Ray Clements? It's right. Yep, you've done it. 17. Great score. Takes your total up to 22. Richard.
Yeah, very good answer. 61 times Ray Clements played for England.
Splendid. Now, Lucy, I have terrible news.
I know.
You are already the high scorers, and you haven't even submitted your brilliant, pointless answer.
I know.
However, a brilliant, pointless answer at this stage, what a legacy that would be. Or in the children at school. What an example.
I'm so altruistic.
What an example.
I can imagine all their little eyes now looking up at the screen, so she's going to get a pointless.
Brimming with tears. They're going, Miss is going to get a pointless.
Miss is going to get, they've got their popcorn.
They're all holding
drinks.
hands.
They're going, is this it? Is this the moment? Please, Miss, say it is.
Shall I give my answer anyway?
Yeah.
OK. Well, I'm going to go for Robert Green, who didn't do a brilliant job in the World Cup, but he was in goal.
Ish. Robert Green. OK, well, let's see. There's no red line for you, I'm afraid. Robert Green. Is it right? How many people said it? Robert Green. Very well done. 25. 25. That scores you. Takes your total up to 80. Bad luck. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Lucy. Good answer. Very tough category. 2 tough categories, actually, especially going first. Yeah, played in the 2010 World Cup, as you said. Let's take a look, see some of the pointless answers up there. I suspect some people at home will have said one of these. Nigel Spink, the Aston Villa goalie, he had 1 cap. Jimmy Rimmer, another Aston Villa goalie, also had 1 cap. And Richard Wright, the former Arsenal and Ipswich goalie. All of those are pointless. Very well done if you said any of those. Let's take a look at the most popular answers, the ones that most of our 100 said. David James with 35. Peter Shilton, of course, 53. And right at the top of the list, David Seaman with 55.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score. I'm so sorry, Lucy and Claire. It was
Shame!
No, it's such a shame. It's far too soon to be saying goodbye to you, but we will be seeing you again next time. We'll look forward to that very, very much indeed. Lucy and Claire, brilliant contestants. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. There's only going to be room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, obviously, so one of the teams in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 is American TV. American TV. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our round 2 question concerns US TV shows and their cities. US TV shows and their cities. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 US TV shows on each pass. We asked 100 people in which cities are these shows predominantly set. If you give us a nice obscure answer, you're going to score fewer points. If you give us an incorrect answer, though, you're going to score 100 points. So there's 12 shows in all, 12 cities to guess. Very best of luck at home.
OK, so we're looking for the cities in which these shows are predominantly set. And here is our first list. Dynasty, Frasier, Ally McBeal, Tales of the City, Friends, ER. I'll read those one more time. Dynasty, Frasier, Ally McBeal, Tales of the City, Friends, and ER. So we are looking for the cities in which these American shows are predominantly set. And obviously you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Cliff.
I think I'll go safe. And we'll go for Frasier, Seattle.
Let's see if Frasier is indeed Seattle. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Very well done, 20. Not a bad score at all. Richard.
Yeah, low answer to that. Yeah, Kelsey Grammer, of course, plays a radiotherapist in Seattle.
Splendid. Now, Malcolm. We're looking for the cities in which these US TV shows are predominantly set.
My one excellent choice I was going to go for was Frasier, which has been taken away now. So I've got one other one I know. I imagine it's going to be quite high scoring, but Friends is set in New York.
OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Friends, New York. 47. 47. Well, that's a whole lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, again, a very low score. I think a lot, very popular show, but sometimes people don't really pay attention to where things are set. I think that's why it's quite a tricky round. Yeah, the last ever episode of Friends, 60 million people watched it.
So then, Barry H. Barry H, I tell you what, you're the last person to have this board, so you can fill in all of the gaps for us and then pick one, submit.
Well, I turn off the television as soon as any American TV comes on.
Oh, Barry,
so
no,
I haven't
don't
got a
do
clue.
that. There's so much good stuff. I'm not going to talk about it in case
You'd
I
take
give
a
away
lot
lots
more
of things.
convincing than that, I'm afraid.
Really?
Yep. Anyway, I shall go for ER, and I'll guess at Chicago.
ER, Chicago. Is this a complete stab in the dark? Or is
Complete
it...
stab in the dark, yeah.
Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right!
Can't believe it.
19.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. You don't believe it. Oh, Barry box set over here. Yeah. just the lowest score of the pass. Yeah.
That was no guess. That's you know
no
what?
guess.
I wouldn't watch that rubbish. I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah. Chicago.
ER, Chicago. Yeah. Yeah. Gave George Clooney his big break. Yeah. ER. Yeah. Alex Kingston. Yeah. I don't watch it. I wouldn't watch it. Yeah, as you well know, Chicago. 19 points. Very well done. Do you want to fill some of these in? They're quite hard. Tales of the City.
San Francisco.
Yes, San Francisco would have scored you 4 points. Now, Dynasty, one of the most successful TV shows in history. Do you know where that's set?
Who would know? It's Denver, Colorado.
It is Denver, it's exactly right. Only one person knew it. Would have been a very, very good answer to give. And Ally McBeal, again, another popular show, but this is a pointless answer.
Boston,
Ally McBeal?
I think.
It is in Boston, yeah. You wouldn't have risked it, I suspect, if it was your question. But, yeah, very well done if you said Boston for Ally McBeal.
Splendid. Well, we are halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. The best score so far, the Barrys. And they are on 19. Yeah, what a fluke. Wait to vote for Barry T's answer in the next pass. I can't wait for that. And then we go up to 20, where Cliff and Nick are. And then up to 47 for Malcolm and Alison. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more US TV shows on the board, and here they are. We have got Cheers, Perry Mason, Dexter, The Wire, 30-something, and The West Wing. I'll read those one more time. Cheers, Perry Mason, Dexter, The Wire, 30-something, The West Wing. Now remember, we are looking for the cities in which these shows are predominantly set, and you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, Barry T, a brilliant turn from Barry H in the first pass, has given you the lowest score. You're on 19. The high scorers are Alison and Malcolm on 47, which means if you can score 27 or less, you are through to the next round.
Well, I don't think I can possibly match my partner's answer,
Yeah. Wait for this.
but I'm going to go for Perry Mason and Los Angeles.
Perry Mason, Los Angeles, you are saying. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There is your red line. Below that red line, you're through to the next round. Perry Mason says Barry T, Los Angeles. It's right. I know, who'd have thought was it? Yeah, you're through to the next round. 3. Wow. Very well done, Barry T. By hook or by crook. That was a great answer, and it takes your total up to 22.
And you know it's funny because I don't even have a television. I don't.
Was I saying that right?
Perry Mason. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, from the 60s. Raymond Burr played Perry Mason. Very good answer. Well done.
Now then, Alison, you're the high scorers on 47.
Yep. I have a feeling a lot of my friends will be quite angry with me if I get this wrong. So I'm going to go with The Wire, and it's set in Baltimore.
Very good. Baltimore for The Wire. Let's see if you're right. There's no red line for you, obviously, because you are the high scorers. Good luck. It's right.
Only goal.
Very, very well done. 7. Takes your total up to 54.
Yeah, The Wire, very good answer. The ultimate sort of US cult drama series. I was talking to Barry H earlier, who's never seen it, but he thought season 3 very much better than season 2.
Now then, Nick. OK, so we're looking for the cities in which these US TV shows are predominantly set. This is the moment of truth. There's a tussle on our hands here, because the high scorers at the moment are Alison and Malcolm on 54, you're on 20. You have to score 33 or less if you want to be in the head-to-head. What are you thinking? Talk us through the board, Nick.
Well, I think Cheers might be Philadelphia, but they ain't take the risk. I don't know Dexter or 30-something, so I'm going to say the West Wing and Washington, D.C.
West Wing, Washington, D.C. There is your red line. It's quite low. It's quite low. Let's see. West Wing, Washington, D.C. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? You've got to get below that red line to be in the head-to-head. Very best of luck. It's right. You've done it! 25. Very, very well done, Nick. 25 for the West Wing, Washington, D.C. takes your total up to 45. You are through to the head-to-head.
Yeah, well done tactically as well, just 25 points. Won 26 Emmys, West Wing, 26 Emmys. Let's take a look at the rest of the board, fill it in. Again, it's a tough board. If you'd said Cheers Philadelphia, you just would have been knocked out, because Boston. Cheers is Boston. Yeah, I would have scored you 27. Dexter is in Miami, I would have scored 8 points. And 30-something is a pointless answer. Really tough board, isn't it? But funnily enough, if you said Philadelphia for that, would have been pointless. Philadelphia, so very, very well done if you said that. And very well done anyone who got all 12. Very, very tough round.
Very tough indeed. Well, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is Malcolm and Alison. It's a massive shame to be saying goodbye to you this soon. Just brilliant, brilliant contestants. It's been enormous fun having you on the show. And yeah, it's our loss, but I'm afraid we have to say goodbye to you. Brilliant contestants, Alison and Malcolm. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very, very well done. Barry H, Barry T, Nick and Cliff, you've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £4,250. Now, for each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, but you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many European monarchs as they could. European monarchs, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for the names of any reigning European monarch as of May 2011. Just need the name, we don't need a regnal number, and we don't need to know the country, just the name of anyone who is a reigning European monarch, please.
OK, thank you very much. Now, the Barrys, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. OK, Barrys?
We're going to go for Philip, as in Greece.
OK, Philip of Greece, you are saying. Nick and Cliff.
We'll go safe, thinking there's no reigning monarch in Greece, and we'll go for the Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth. So we have Philip of Greece, and we have Queen Elizabeth. Barry H and Barry T have gone with Philip of Greece. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Bad luck, Barry's. Cliff was right. So, Cliff and Nick, you merely have to be correct to win this point. Queen Elizabeth II, is it right? It's 89. Very good. 89. Well, it was right. That was all it had to be, which means after one question, Nick and Cliff are ahead 1-0. Richard, 11 people didn't think Queen Elizabeth II
Elizabeth, yeah, I suppose if you think European, perhaps you we'll give 11 people the benefit of the doubt and think they were trying to think of more obscure ones, maybe.
Yeah.
But tactically, very, very smart move there. What would you have gone for, do you think?
Pennsylvania, I was thinking.
Would have scored you 100 points.
Our alternative was Beatrice of the Netherlands.
Yeah, we thought Beatrice as well.
Well, that would have done a lot better. Let's take a look at all the answers. There's a few pointless ones here. Now, Nicolas Sarkozy, who is, because he's president of France, is also the co-prince of Andorra, along with Jon-Erik Vives, who is the Bishop of Urgan. Those two are always the co-princes of Andorra. Henri, who is the Grand Duke of Luxembourg. Hans Adam from Liechtenstein. Harold, who is Norway, would have scored you 2. Carl Gustaf of Sweden, 7. Marguerite of Denmark would have scored you 9. And Albert, that's King Albert II of Belgium and Prince Albert II of Monaco. Beatrix would have scored 20, so it would have been a very good answer to give. Juan Carlos of Spain, 35, and there's Elizabeth on 89.
Thank you very much, Richard. So here is your second question. Now, the Barrys. You need to win this question. Stay in the game. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many days of the week in German as they could. Days of the week in German, Richard.
Yeah, any of the 7 days of the week as are known in German, which is the most obscure of those.
Now then, Nick and Cliff, you go first this time.
We're the most obscure. Dienstag.
Dienstag. Okay, we have Dienstag. Barry and Barry, what would you like to say?
Mittwoch.
So we have Dienstag and we have Mittwoch. In the order they've been given. Nick and Cliff have gone for Dienstag. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Dienstag. That's right. 31. And Barry H and Barry T have gone for Mittwoch. Let's see if Mittwoch is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. You have to win this question to stay in the game. Mittwoch. It's right. Yep, it does it. Look at that. 23 for Mittwoch. Very well done, which means after 2 questions, you are 1-all. Richard.
Yeah, well played, the Barrys. Mittwoch means midweek. It's Wednesday, and Dienstag it's Tuesday. Let's take a look at all 7, see if you've got all of these. Donnerstag, which is Thursday, would have scored you 20. Mittwoch, Wednesday, 23. Samstag, which is Saturday, would have scored you 27. They also call it Sonnabend in northern and eastern Germany. Dienstag, which is Tuesday, 31. Sonntag, which is Sunday, 33. Freitag, which is Friday, 34. And Montag, Monday, 48 at the top of the list.
OK, now here is your third question. Whoever wins this question goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Oscar-winning Australian actors as they could. Oscar-winning Australian actors. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 6 actors who were either born in Australia or who later took up Australian citizenship to have won an Oscar in any of the acting categories up to and including the 2011 ceremony, please.
OK, now then, the Barrys, you go first this time.
What's the girl's name?
OK, Barry's H and T.
We'll say Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Cliff and Nick.
We'll go for Nicole Kidman.
You're going to say Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Barry H and Barry T have said Mel Gibson. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Mel Gibson. Very best of luck. Whoever wins this goes through to the final. Ooh. Well, for one reason or another, that is an incorrect answer. Richard will furnish us with the details shortly. Nick and Cliff, once again, all you have to be is correct, and you are saying Nicole Kidman. Let's see. Is that right? And if it is, let's see how many people said Nicole Kidman. Yep, it's right. Very well done. 58 it scores, but all it had to be was correct. Which it was. So that means after 3 questions, Nick and Cliff are through to the final 2-1. Well done, Richard.
Yeah, it's deja vu there. Mel Gibson has never won an acting Oscar. Won a Best Director for Braveheart, but never won an acting Oscar. Let's take a look at all of the names on the list. Peter Finch, born in London, but later became Australian, won for Network, Best Actor. Very well done if you said that. 1 point for Peter Finch. Heath Ledger won posthumously for The Dark Knight, would have scored you 7 points. Kate Blanchett won for The Aviator, scored 8 points. She played Catherine Hepburn. She won an Oscar. She's the only person ever to win an Oscar for playing an Oscar winner. Kate Blanchett. Geoffrey Rush won for Shine, would have scored you 11 points. Russell Crowe, who was born in New Zealand but again took Australian citizenship, 41 points, won for Gladiator. And Nicole Kidman, who was born in Hawaii but again took Australian citizenship, she won for The Hours, 58 points. Very well done if you got all 6 of those.
Thanks very much, Richard. So, the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, it's Barry H and Barry T. You've done phenomenally well right the way through. Very, very solid performance, particularly in the American TV round. Very impressive. Anyway, we will see you again next time when I'm sure you will go even further. But meantime, thank you very, very much for playing Barry H and Barry T. Splendid. Right, for Nick and Cliff, it's now time for our Pointless Final and the chance to win our jackpot of £4,250. Well, congratulations, Nick and Cliff. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £4,250. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had one pointless answer today. You only have to find one more now, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options, and they are 20th century dramatists, world politics, sporting greats.
Well, I think politics is out of the window. Dramatists, I think that's a bit obscure, really. I think we both know what we're going to go for, don't we? No? Sporting greats, I think, Alexander.
Sporting greats it is. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many boxers fought professionally by Muhammad Ali as they could. Richard.
Yeah, any opponent of Muhammad Ali in a professional fight, any one of his 61 professional fights, please, including when he was known as Cassius Clay. Very best of luck.
You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £4,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Do we have to say the first name as well? Joe Bugner and Henry Cooper. Leon Spinks. Sonny Liston. There was a guy. Was it Norton? Edward? No. He's an actor. Sonny Liston. Rumble in the Jungle. Joe Fraser. Yeah. I've got to think of it obscure. Yeah. Some of the... Don't like boxing. Come on. So what we're going to go for? Sonny Liston. He was a long time ago. Yeah. Nobody will know him. Of course, I like Sonny Liston. What, Leon Spinks? Yeah,
5 seconds.
Leon Spinks. Joe Bugner. Englishman.
OK, your minute is up. We were looking for boxers fought professionally by Muhammad Ali. I now need your 3 answers.
Let's go for the 3 that we've said. Yeah. Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston.
Leon Spinks.
Leon Spinks.
And Joe Bugner. Yeah.
And Joe Bugner. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Leon Spinks. Yeah, perhaps, yeah.
OK.
I don't think any of them will be good enough, but yeah, Leon Spinks.
He's your best shot. Leon Spinks we'll put last. Which is your least likely to be pointless?
Sonny Liston, I think.
So we have Sonny Liston, Joe Bugner, Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they come. Sonny Liston, Joe Bugner, and Leon Spinks. There they are. We were looking for boxers who fought Muhammad Ali professionally. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that £4,250 jackpot. OK, let's see. Sonny Liston, there he is. Let's see how many people said Sonny Liston, and if it's correct. OK, it's right. That's the first thing it had to be. This is where we discover how much our 100 people know about Muhammad Ali and his opponents. This is still going down into the teens. 15. 15. a very, very good score in normal gameplay. Sadly, though, we're only interested in pointless answers at this stage. So obviously that's not pointless. You only have 2 more chances to win that jackpot of £4,250. What would you do with £4,250?
Well, I'd take the family to America. I'd like to take them to the Florida or California.
Very good indeed. Cliff, how about you?
My girlfriend Louise, I'd take her for a trip to Australia, perhaps.
Very good. OK, well, let's hope one of these 2 remaining answers will see you fulfil those. OK, your next answer is Joe Bugner. Let's see if that's right. It has to be right. It has to be pointless if you're going to win that jackpot, £4,250. Is it right? How many people said Joe Bugner? It's right. This is your second shot at that jackpot, £4,250. If this goes all the way down to 0, you will be leaving with that money right now. 13. Well, it's going in the right direction. Everything is now hanging on Leon Spinks. If that is right and that is pointless, you will leave now with that jackpot. It has to be right and it has to be pointless. Let's hope nobody said Leon Spinks. Also a correct answer. We had 15 for Sonny Liston. We had 13 for Joe Bugner. Down it goes, into the teens, into single figures. Leon Spinks, is it going to... Oh! Oh, that was close. 4 people said Leon Spinks. So unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer. So I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £4,250. That will roll over onto the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants. And you do, of course, get to take home our pointless trophy. So
that's what we came for.
Quite right. Well, very good.
Yeah, unlucky guys. 3 correct answers, though. You fought Leon Spinks twice, lost the first one, won the second one. Norton, who you were talking about, Ken Norton, did the same with him, actually. Lost the first one, won the second one, but would have scored you 3 points. There's a whole bunch of pointless answers, including Richard Dunn, the British fighter, Jerry Quarry. Let's take a look at a few more. Chuck Wepner, he was the guy that Rocky is supposed to have been based on. A no-hoper took Ali the distance in 1975. Alvin Blue Lewis. Trevor Berbick, he beat Ali in Ali's last ever fight, was a pointless answer. Zora Foley, that's the fight after which Ali lost his world title when he refused to go to Vietnam. Sonny Banks, Don Warner, both of those pointless. Ernie Shavers, another big name on the list. Billy Daniels and Lamar Clark, all of those pointless. Very, very well done if you said any of those at home.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Cliff and Nick, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. You've been fantastic contestants. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you. So nobody's won our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £5,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.